On this episode, we explore the 653-acre abandoned American Cyanamid site. Constructed in 1950, and after several mergers and sales, the site was shut down in 2004. Follow Jess and I as we venture inside to see what is left behind. American Cyanamid Company was a leading American conglomerate which became one of the nation's top 100 manufacturing companies during the 1970s and 1980s. Although originally a manufacturer of agricultural chemicals, the product line was soon broadened into many different types of industrial chemicals and specialty chemicals. The company then diversified into synthetic fibers, pharmaceuticals, surgical products, plastics, and organic pigments before World War II, and later added by acquisition cosmetic and toiletry products, perfumes, building products, home building, and several smaller product categories following World War II. In its last years, the company was involved in numerous legal issues related to its earlier environmental pollution. During the 1970s, tens of millions of dollars were spent on treatment, such as a $15 million water treatment plant in Bound Brook, New Jersey. Tens of millions more were spent in an effort to clean up large wastewater pools which had decades of accumulation of toxic chemicals. These are considered by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency to be among the most toxic chemical waste sites in the U.S. Cyanamid merged with American Home Products in 1994, and AHP changed its name to Wyeth, which was then purchased by Pfizer in 2009. Responsibility for the cleanup of these sites remains with the site owners during these corporate transitions. Remediation began at Bound Brook in 2007, and Pfizer took over this site in 2009. The company merged with American Home Products, or APH, in 1994. At that time, the purchase price was $9.5 billion, made it the second largest industrial acquisition in U.S. history to that point. American Home Products eventually changed its name to Wyeth Corporation, one of its subsidiaries, and in 2009, Wyeth merged with Pfizer, becoming a subsidiary of the world's largest pharmaceutical company. After the AHP acquisition, the Cyanamid conglomerate was disassembled over a period of years. The pigment division was sold to National Lead Company. The Old Spice product line and some others were sold to Procter & Gamble. Formica Corporation was taken private in a management buyout and later went through a series of ownership changes, and is now owned by Fletcher Building, headquartered in New Zealand. The $1.7 billion agricultural business was sold in 2000 to the German chemical giant BASF, raising BASF agricultural sales to $3.6 billion, making it one of the top 3 agricultural companies in the world. Most of the chemical business of American Cyanamid are now operated by a spun-off successor company known as Cytec. Cytec was acquired by Solvay Group in December of 2015 to form Cytec Solvay Group, based in Brussels, Belgium. The American Cyanamid compound in Wayne, New Jersey, later served as the headquarters of Toys R Us. Bandsaw and meat grinder. In the 2000 sale of the agricultural division to BASF, AHP retained ownership of the land and buildings. 2 years later, AHP changed its name to Wyeth, after founder Frank Wyeth. The company leased the property to BASF until 2004. That year, Wyeth sold the property to the Rouse Company, a developer of malls and residential communities, for $35 million. Only 2 months later, Rouse was acquired by General Growth Properties, a real estate trust that developed retail properties. In 2006, GGP proposed a mixed-use residential commercial development that would have been anchored by an upscale shopping mall. Currently, the battle over zoning and what they use the property for continues, and most recently some work has been started on cleaning up the site. We hope that something will come of the sprawling site other than another condo, housing complex, shopping mall, strip mall, or anything else that you see in every town. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you like this type of content, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe. If you could also give us a little support to help with travel expenses, there's a link in the description below. Until next time, stay safe. It's like legit real plant growth inside.